Thanks, Rob. It's 9:16 on the Money Watch today. The holiday season means getting together with family and friends, but sometimes the inevitable question comes up of, can I borrow some money? Certified financial planner Joe Bert joins us now with how we can tackle this doozy without stirring the pot.
Well, it's always a difficult conversation.
This one,
right?
man, oh man.
And it happens more often than not, especially since the recession.
And it's usually preceded or followed by, I love you. All right, so let's start it out. So you say, first of all, if you have to get into something like this, you need to set some terms.
They need to understand that you're lending money and you expect it to be paid back. So you want to know over what period, what the payment frequency is, what the interest rate is, and what the payment amount is. So you really need to be precise about that.
Should you set it out in paper?
Oh, by all means, because if it's not paid back, you can take it as a loss. If you don't have some terms, some conditions, something in writing, you can't write it off.
Yeah, and if it's not paid back, you can take it as a loss in a lot more ways than monetarily.
And you have to be careful. If you're giving more than $14,000 and you don't term it as a loan, it's construed a gift, and you have to file a gift tax return.
Oh. All right, so the next thing you say is prepare to get stiffed.
Yeah, you want to decide whether the family relations are important or getting the money back is more important. So really you want to think about that this may be a gift and I don't expect to get it back. It's not going to ruin the family. But you really want to start out with specific terms if it is a loan. But if it's going to break the bank, certainly don't do it.
All right, you say don't lose your shirt, and we're not talking about clothing here, are we?
Not at all. Yeah, if your financials are in jeopardy, they say that about only 25% of Americans have $250,000, not including their home, set aside for retirement. And if you're going to give away a lot of your money to your kids or friends or whatever, it could jeopardize your retirement. So don't mess up your financial future. And
you say don't be an enabler, although I honestly can think of very few ways in this situation where you're not enabling.
Well, you want to look at the spending pattern of whoever you're giving the money to. If they're spendthrifts, if they've got all the latest gadgets, the new car, the cell phone, and the 2 Starbucks a day habit,
right.
You've got a problem. And so you want to look at, do they really need the money? Is it one of those really difficult situations, or are you just being an enabler? And that's the worst thing you can do for your family.
I would imagine through the years of helping people with their financial world, you've heard quite a few nightmares.
Tom, I have.
Like this.
And the parents want to think they're doing the best. You love your kids. You want to help your kids. You want to help the family. But by the same token, if you jeopardize your own retirement, you're going to be living in their house. And that's the worst thing you can probably do for your kids.
Yeah, and it will definitely not make for a happy Thanksgiving.
For sure.
All right, Joe, thanks, and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Lauren.